First time I'm doing this. I hope it works. I'm broadcasting to several platforms. The reason is because I get asked all the time. Like, I have 88 songs on Spotify and Amazon and Apple and all over the world. And I have three more going to come up pretty quick. And people ask me all the time about how I write them, how I think of them, what they're for, why I do it anyway. And if you go on the Spotify link, which I didn't share in this live, but I will another time. Just look up my name on Spotify if you're interested. There's all kinds of music, for everything from EDM, electronic dance music, to meditation music, to the kind of stuff that I'm working on now. The last 28, 29, 30 songs have been about stories. They're the stories that go with life stories. So I wrote a book called Tightrope of Depression, and I'm going to switch cameras so you can see my face here. I show this back view because this is where the studio is. This is actually live. And we'll get right here. The first book that I wrote was Tightrope of Depression, about myself. And the point of that book was to talk about the struggles that I had with depression and the things that happened because of that and the things that went on in my life. And so I wrote, then not only did I write the book, but I wrote a bunch of music. And people ask how I do that. So here's a couple of pictures of the studio. This over here is a rack of gear. And as we go through, I'm going to make several of these videos because I'm going to talk a little bit about how the process works. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share a screen for you and then let you hear a little piece of a song I'm working on. And the song I'm working on right now is called Promises to Keep. Promises to Keep. And here is a screen. Oh, what is it? Entire screen. There it is. So I'm going to share this screen for you. I'm hoping you're seeing that. Good. So this is a song called Promises to Keep. It's not done. Now, each of those things you see here is called a track. You know, in the old days in the studio, we had 24-track tape, which is this great big stuff that was a couple inches wide. There, you can see that there. But anyway, we'll talk all about those details later. So this is a song that's called Promises to Keep. It's a little gritty, and it's about the struggles that we have making promises and keeping them when life is difficult for us. And the words aren't in here yet, and you'll just get a sense of what goes on. You see this cursor going, here comes the music. It's intended to be that little haunting kind of stuff. And then a little piece of drums come in, and it's not done by any stretch. And then the verse comes in right here, and it comes in with pretty city, heavy clouds, darkness on the rise, and there's going to be more. So that's a sense of what that little piece of this song's about, and you can see I'm nowhere near done because the drums go on. So that's what that looks like. I'm going to end the screen share and talk to you a little bit more about it. What's more important than the software that I use, and I'll be happy to answer questions. People ask me that all the time. If you want to know, ask. I'll tell you the software that I use. I'll tell you this pile of equipment that I have over here. It's on the side that you saw a bit of. That, I can tell you what all that stuff is and what it does. The microphones I use, the vocal booth is over there. You can't really see it. If I go back to the back view, then right over there is a doorway. It goes into another room. That's a small soundproof vocal booth where we do vocals and things. So what is the point? What is the point? Because I'm not trying to create, stage shows with dancing people and that sort of thing. I'm about sharing a message. And the message of this song, for example, Gritty City, heavy clouds, darkness on the rise. And then it goes on with the rest of the verse. And the chorus talks about no matter how many rough things happen, no matter how much struggle there is, at the end of the day, we've all got promises to keep. We've got promises to keep. We either keep them or we don't. We either do what we say we're going to do or we don't. So we'll talk about that. So there's going to be a mix. It's going to be a series of videos I do over several days that'll talk about the creation of this particular song. I think this is number 92 or 93 that will be up on the Spotify playlist. And if you want to hear some of the stuff, as I mentioned, go to the Spotify, look my name up, or on Amazon or anywhere, and I'll share it with you. The most important thing here, though, isn't my creativity. It isn't what I'm doing or what I've done. It's for you. It's what are you doing? Like I'm sharing a thing. A thing that I do is write songs. And I write songs that tell stories about life, about struggle, about recovery, about depression, about not good enough, about all of those gritty things that mess up our lives often. And it's the truth of how we live, and it controls us until we don't let it anymore. And so all my songs are written, at least this last 30 or so, are written with the idea of being encouraging, of understanding and expressing through my journey your feelings. So when you listen to these, it's not about Kellen. I used my story to create the songs and the words and the situation, and every one of them are real. But the benefit to you is going to be you fitting yourself in the songs and you deciding, that there's something there for you, which is why I've written all the books that I've written in the music anyway. So we're going to do several videos over the next days as I add tracks to this. And as we go out here, I'm just going to play a little bit more of this song for you. This ends the bridge and the verse. This is the chorus. And of course, there'll be bass and guitar, drums and other things. And the last line, I got promises to keep, which is where that'll go right there. So there's an idea of this song that I'm writing. And like I said, it's gritty, urban. It's intended to be. And there's a lot more parts that are coming. I hope you have fun with this. And if music interests you in how it's made, this will be interesting. If it's not, then this is probably the wrong series. Love you either way, and grateful to know you. That's all for today.